an amazing one. And this team, I'm very much so looking forward to casting for the both of them. Really, I'm quite a bit more familiar with top 10. I've casted for them a great many times, and every time it's been an enjoyable experience. And I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of antics they're going to be bringing in your, tournament here, Cordy, but as well as seeing what Little Grux and North and Misa and Rad and all these guys can also bring to the table in a very competitive environment where both of these teams understand that it's all on the line right now in these loser brackets.
Yeah. Top 10. I was really actually was really surprised that they are already into the losers finals, but maybe with them being in the loser finals and getting that extra motivation, because then, like you said, you're really familiar with them. Everyone's familiar with them. They're usually the ones that are dominating. They're going in and just steamrolling everybody. So them getting a little piece of a humble pie being put into the loser brackets might put a little bit more fire under their ass, and they might come out swinging. So I'm excited to see how these guys are going to rebound and play through the loser brackets and possibly have a matchup with either bad timing, or I guess maybe Poon Slayers is going to be next. So we'll see. But yeah, the Team NOCO, it is. I know personally. I know, well, not personally, but I know some of these names. A lot of people definitely are not really familiar with these guys, but they definitely can handle their own. So I'm excited to see how they do against one of the, regarded one of the better NA teams.
Yeah, for sure, man. And one big thing that I've seen in top 10 continuously in and out at every opportunity is going to be that it comes in what I call the segment of two. The moment that top 10 gets that secondary kill in a 2-0 situation, a lot of the time it feels like it can be off to the races. They're going to be, or we've seen them looking for kind of cheeky bush jumps very early on just to establish the pressure in lane and put the enemy team on the back that maybe force an early back out of this team. Rom King, I am very comfortable saying, is one, if not the best mid laner in the game currently. Well, absolutely potent.
He's
on first pick.
For this game, for this tourney, he's actually swapped over to solo. So Menace is normally the solo laner, but they have Rom is going to be the sub. So he's playing in place of Menace in the solo lane. So Sippy is going to be in the mid.
Yeah, Sippy in the mid lane. And Sippy is the only reason that I go, if not, then secondarily, because Sippy styles, man, a lot of people in your comment section, a lot of people in the games that I've casted for here recently regard Sippy as hands down being the best mid laner in the game. And he's proved it and made a point to that claim time and time again. Now, we're wondering here if it feels like on Sippy, if we're going to be seeing him on what feels inevitably to be a double, a double carry lock-in of the Revenant as well as Sparrow. Sheesh, Cordy.
This Rev mid.
This very well could be. This very well could be. Yeah, the Rev mid lane, man. Something that I've got used to seeing players, in comp like Yonko on pretty frequently, but I have not actually seen Sippy style rip it. It is something I know he's capable of, but not something we could to see him perform very often. So I'm very excited to see, who this team picks to line him up against. And it has to be the howitzer, right? There it is. It has to be the howitzer. In response, you got the long range poke, the knockback, which can be detrimental to him getting a lot of that damage across, as well as you being able to utilize your ult as a disengage tool or preventing him from being able to back out, as he doesn't have any good mobility abilities on kinks and rotations. So I feel like howitzer is a very good overall pick here for him.
And we have the Narbash pick in and the Shinbi. Okay, so these guys are spicing it up. They
saucing it up.
Is it gonna be possibly? It shouldn't be mid. It shouldn't be solo. Rev solo.
I was expecting to see a crunch in the jungle. That is what I know. Indeed, you boy for. However, we're gonna have a Decker lock, and so not a singular crunch out and not a singular frontline outside of the Aurora to be seen. In stark contrast to what we see is a Severog and a Grux with the Narbash shields on the backside going for this in Team NOCO.
Yeah, this is interesting. We have a mainly full damage team here for top 10, and pretty standard team for NOCO. We have the Narbash, the front line from Severog, Grux, good CCs from them. Aurora and Decker providing a great CC as well. This will be really interesting to see. Aurora is going to be in the solo. Indeed in mid. Who's
jungle?
No. Indeed's going to be in the jungle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Indeed has to be hitting Indeed with the jungle.
Sippy is
within the
be...
mid lane. Wow, man, this is going to be a fun one.
Jungle.
This is going to be a fun one here, and we do see a classy pick for Yesuri. This is a favorite pick whenever he gets his hands on a Decker, the queen of the Avalanche, despite having the Aurora in the game. But both teams picked. Draft phase is done. Now it's time for executing. Now it's time to see what both of these teams have. It's going to be NOCO lined up against the lads who are coming straight to the aggro lane, with it being everyone's favorite, not everyone's, but a lot of people's favorite. And top 10 as Sippy Style is going to be the one to catch a gank here. Off the rip, that's going to be a 3-man. We're going to force the blink. A pull it coming off the backside. Is it going to be worth it? First blood and an immediate trade going off.
Level 1 tower dive.
Of Sippy Styles. Imagine it.
NA versus NA, boys.
Your own. NA versus NA there, looking to put Sippy behind, but instead he's going to get a little bit of gold off the rip. And I wonder if he grabs a minor item here before he makes his way back.
I don't think he has enough. I don't think he has enough to buy anything.
Not enough. As he is now going to rotate back into the mid lane. Top 10 getting that first kill in a rotation. The aggression that we know them for. There's going to be the Decker Sun. There's going to be the blink as Twin Blast is going to have to skedaddle for life here within the dual lane. An immediate in a North American style game. So far here, man, looking for smoke. And this game, this map, the Planet Prime is a chimney. We're looking for fights here early, dude.
Yeah, this is definitely a different kind of game. The last one we casted, just straight W from both teams.
Dude, I can't even see the paint on the key anymore. That is going to be a dragon coming for the Aurora. And in time, we're going to be giving him a little bit of an icy gift as the ice circle is going to translate a bit of damage across in the solo lane. But coming off the side is going to be Indeed your boy with the rotation. The double dash, unlikely this early in the game. However, as we assumed, it's not going to be a full dedicate, taking just a little bit a farm here in the mid lane before rotating out on what is likely to be an invade. Howitzer giving him a goodbye gift of the rocket. If you're such a big man, Indeed as drop down, but he will not. And over in the side lanes, it is going to be Revenant securing a kill coming out of Rye here early in the game.
Decker really low. We got Sevrog going in, checking the camps already taken down by Indeed. Shinbi not really that strong until she hits level 6, so you definitely want to get the farm online. Once she does hit level 6, though, the ult definitely starts to kick off. Shinbi, late game is disgusting. Mid to late game, Shinbi takes a little while to get online, but once she does, that is all the magic damage that you need.
Dude, she gets their late game. I can have a team of all physical, very similar to the one we have here, but you still better build some magical defense, even on these tankier picks. If a Shinbi is there, the single target damage is so high and so potent when she decides to utilize her ult on an engagement. It's a magic trick every time she walks in. Now you see her, now you don't. And you know, it's very fitting that the idol is going to be here in this game to put on a show.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. So right now, I guess with the current builds, we're not seeing Fnatic's Exert. This could be, I mean, they might choose to go Fnatic's Exert here, but if you're not going Fnatic's Exert, that's going to do, Shimmi's going to do so much damage to you early on.
You almost have to build it just as a safety tool, to be honest. You're almost forced into this predicament of like, okay, maybe I augment my build path a little bit, or do I, you know, not and just risk death when I get to a certain phase of the game? And some people make the argument like, okay, well, maybe I'll just give up the gold. And no, the lost cell, even in the late game, all that can stagnate you quite a bit when you could have utilized that gold to just build into a direct path off rip. But we are going to be seeing Sephiroth make his way towards that dual lane, and a hot pursuit behind him is going to be Indeed your boy on the Shinbi pick. Oh, we're going to see a double dash in. Yes, we will. The wolves are out and they're active. They're on the hunt. We're going to see more than likely the falling of the big man. It's all over now as Narbash is reintroduced to the gray screen here off the rotation of top 10 in your dual lane, giving them a 3-0 lead here early.
Top 10. Oh, Sippy on his way to rotate, getting a lot of poke here.
For sure, not much of his own damage translating across. He's going to see the Sevarog rotating on the back end and back up. The space being created. Indeed, your boy there to back him up if he needs it, but it seems like these teams are going to decide that it's going to be a disengage instead. Both now making the decision to go back to securing themselves a bit of CS.
Spirit spawning a couple of wards here from top 10.
Now, this is something that, in stark contrast to the game we previously saw, can lead you to believe like, oh man, they're going the battle royale route, they're going the just kill route. No. If you watch these games, if you see this competitive nature, are we going to see an ult possibly coming out of Howitzer? It is going to be an ult onto the back line, striking it on top of the head of a Dadia boy. A blink onto him is going to reload in the retirement of the pop star, as it is going to be indeed your boy who falls off to the side lane. It's going to be Yetzer who's going to get a kill, and maybe a minor shut down onto the twin blast. Put behind. However, Sippy Styles is looking for blood, and will he find it? Howitzer ever so low, but doing a little bit of a dance. He eludes, creating a bit of distance. But the rope coming out of the rocket, that is a plus mid off of the back. A team fight mid results in a 2 for 2. That's going to be indeed, though. Now rotating out of tower back into his blue side jungle.
Howie being a little bit greedy there was out. He pad the wrong way and in sprint mode got rooted, and it was a good play there, but yeah, Howie's making a misplay there.
For sure, and definitely a bit of a greedy one. It looks like it is going to be top 10 looking to extend the lead, not incrementally, but largely by taking this Earth Spear, bursting it down 2,000, 1,500, now hitting 1,000, most easily within smite range, and it's not going to be a contest or a trade, as top 10 with a 6-2 lead is going to extend it and get a little bit of defense on the side.
What spirit are we rocking with? The Earth Spirit. Magical and physical defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna need us to call it by its name. I like to call this one the Swole Spirit.
The Swole Spirit.
Big defense, big deer. That means whenever you're getting these, you're picking them up. Your Aurora is so much better. Your Shinbi doesn't need to build as much defense for the engage. Your Melting coming out of the Howitzer isn't as potent against the backliners. This is definitely one that you can feel is good off the rip and only gets significantly better with every single one. However, it is going to be on the other side of the map within the blue side. It is going to be this team looking to secure themselves a prime Guardling, which they will do completely uncontested.
Yeah, I really like the Spirit buffs that we've gotten. Before Earth Spirit, didn't think it was that great, but now 6% physical and magical. And getting like 2 or 3 of those, 18. Like that's a lot of defense when it comes to late game.
Yeah, buddy. You know, I also thought it was canon that they changed the name to Prime Guardling there. I saw a couple people calling me out for it, but yeah, the Prime Guardling guys. I'm an innovator of the English language. What can I say? But as we do go to a more calm phase here, and it's going to be a Howitzer rotate.
Instead of blinking in.
This is coming off of back, looking to get a little bit damage off the back end. It wonders we're going to see a big ult here, but we will see the Prime Guardling being dropped onto this tower, getting a bit of damage across. More than likely not going to be enough to take it, however, but it is going to be a rotate mana coming onto top 10 here. A very low mana team, but it is going to be an opt-out for a rotate back to try to save the tower here. Will they do so is the question. And that is going to be no, as the Prime is going to run through, make its way towards an hip, but be stopped just short.
Oh, the overdash. Overdash by Grux there, not able to root. That has
to feel bad. That has to feel bad.
Let's hop on with Indeed here. Level 7. This is a ticking time bomb. Once he gets, 2-3 items online and getting level 12, getting that extra point in his ult, he is just going to be, any backline that he wants to kill is just going to die.
This team gets to pick, select, control, alt, and then delete most targets as it is now. And it's going to be up to this team in NOCO to kind of bring it back. And what the route in which I'm seeing for them to do so has to be this Sevarog scaling into the late game. And I know it feels a lot like scaling into the late game isn't always an option for victory, but it's an option for survival, which will give you the chance to bring it back. Now, I'm not saying it's insurmountable, but 1 deer to 6 kills, that's a 4 deficit in the kill department, isn't a great feeling. But we've seen today even teams bring it back from a much worse objective standpoint. All it takes is 1 team fight, and it leads you to wonder where that team fight is going to start.
Yeah, and I will say this, not to speak bad on top 10, but whenever they were playing against the Poonslayers, both games they were able to have that early advantage. They won the early game, but late game team fights they lost. Right now we're having a little team fight.
Yeah, here we are going to see a little bit of confidence. It's a small thing, but a little bit of confidence out of the Twin Blast here. As you see, he dashes to the side so he can continue getting shots.
Or in the back line.
Not back. Sorry, but that is going to be a big world on the back line there. Narbatch is all but dead, man. Get us sent back to the swamp, and the swamp is at the great screen. Big Decker cage off the back. It is going to be Inner Fire, Burning Bright. They're looking to translate a lot of that damage across. Will collect the life of the TB, followed up by the life of the Severon. That's going to be a 3-for-0 trade. 2 ults go down, but when you're taking a tower, you're taking the life of 3. That has to feel good if you're top 10, showing off where they got the name.
And Brad unable to make that rotation, not going to get a lot of damage done on this inhib. Yeah, just a huge rotation from top 10 and getting a lot of kills there, and no objective to be done on this side, but able to get the tower, getting some kills, and going to reset Spirit. 15 seconds on Spirit.
Yeah, man, this is a large part of what this team does best. And a lot of the time, you'll start to see here relatively soon, you think it's a fight for kills. You think they're just trying to send people to the gray screen, head back to base, big guy. No. Getting these kills, being able to secure CS while they are dead and push lanes and then push these tier 1s, it is not for the sake of getting a big kill count. It is for the sake of getting that pick, falling back on an objective, getting that pick, falling back into the enemy jungle. A lot of these games where aggression is the priority is for the priority being jungle supremacy, putting the smite behind as far as you can so they can do exactly what they're doing right now and being able to just instantly, quick reflex, engage onto these spirits. And this team is not ready to contest it. Oh, as they are going to get another bigger world. It's going to be the Howitzer. Oh, to give not for life. A lot of CC coming out of the mid lane, but it will result to the Revenant die. One is going to go down. Grux is trapped, and that is going to be the large damage here of Indeedy Boy securing the kill onto the Grux. We are going to be surging for Inner Fire, Burning Bright, melting through the health bar and forcing the disengage out of this team. However, is it going to be indeed Sparrow who falls? 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, gone, as Norfolk's going to secure the kill onto the Sparrow and then be looking for a speedy retreat. 3-for-2 trade thus far. And it is going to be the ult coming out of the ore to slow him down. The smite for life. But will it be enough? He's looking like the
kill.
But he is going to be reintroduced soon enough if he does not continue to create the space. But he will. End of that team fight. 3-for-2. Spirit in favor. A top 10. 5-11 game.
What a good team fight there from NOCO. They came to Spirit late, unable to make any kind of secure, but they were able to get some kills out of it. I still think it was maybe a little bit favored in top 10 there, getting the Spirit, but NOCO showing some sign of fight there. They went in and weren't able to back down. They actually got some kills, were able to win the kill trade. So good sign of life there for Team NOCO.
Sure, man. Unlike the lawn chair, this team in NOCO resisting the fold. They will not be folded over despite the avalanche of pressure coming out of top 10 here. And one thing to keep in consideration here is how immaculate that ult was out of the Aurora, putting up the wall, and then in the small space she was able to peek through, stepping over and getting the ult. That delayed 2 members of the team of NOCO on rotation, and it looks like there is going to be only a minor delay here and the life of the Howitzer being threatened as he's going to ult to create space. But on the back line of the jungle, is going to be the Aurora rotating out, looking to prevent the back and more than likely set up an ice wall to siege and take this mid lane. But the wolves come out and they
19
run through,
HP,
chasing the squirrel. 19 HP is the howitzer. And where I come from, you know what we like to say about kills like that, man? You know what we like to say about that, Corey?
What's that?
Not even
close.
Gamer. They never even had me. As the hare escapes the wolves, hops in the suit and looks for the re-engage coming out of the tower.
All while that was happening, the fight in mid, we got a lot of pressure on the outside lanes. Rat going to be caged in here, trying to put some pressure on the inhib, but can he get out? He is not. He is going to go back in.
Unlikely. Getting a stunned off in the Spirit's Fang just to translate a bit of damage to buy a bit of time, allowing his Narabash now, from what he presumes to, safely rotate out. But that is Aurora looking to cut him off. There's no portal for you to run to. Big guy indeed, your boy is on the hunt along with you in that side lane. It is going to be Narabash running for his life, but he makes it to tower. And he's going to be able to safely now back.
Yeah, really surprised Indeed didn't get that kill there on the Shinbi, but he's not level 12 yet. Doesn't have that extra point in that ult. Getting CC'd here is Indeed. They get the double dash. Great knockup there by Narbash. Do they have enough damage here? Oh, there's the Howitzer.
Severog getting low, but Howitzer looking to get involved, looking to get a little bit active. Some would say it is going to be a disengage. Now coming out of Indeed, your boy trapped in the corner, but his team is with him. Midfire Burning Bright is going to absolutely melt through the opposition despite no kill going to her. An absolute team difference maker of an ult there as top 10 Riley's in the mid lane.
Yeah, right now they have the opportunity to go for the underling, but no rotation towards the underling here. Just gonna go back to lanes, get some more farm up, and just kind of wait for the next objective. Looks like.
And normally at this point, you would see top 10 engaging a lot more on the enemy jungle, a lot more. We've seen them just sit on the enemy side's jungle as they take it, forcing them to make a decision.
Underling. NOCO's the one doing it. They lost the team fight, but they came back. I'm really surprised top 10 didn't go for the underling there when they won that team fight.
Yeah, feels maybe like a little bit of a miscall there. That underling is going to breathe life back into this team, allowing them to pretty easily get damage across to take that mid lane if they really want it. But not only that, you're giving Seth more time to scale into the lane.
They honestly might keep it and go right side. Inhib is less than half. They could use it either maybe a team fight or push it right side and get that inhib down. But yeah, I'm really surprised that there wasn't a call to go for the overpower, the underling there. They won a decisive team fight. Everyone was mid, just a couple of steps you in the prime pit, and you can burn that underling down and regroup. So yeah, a little misplay there from top 10.
Yeah, but it looks like we do have a team fight there. Grux is going to get ran down, forcing to get out, as it is going to be top 10 hounding him from behind, propping a couple health potions. It is going to be just a clearing of the wave, as it looks like the big D, swole deer is going to once again go in favor, uncontested to top 10.
18.
That's 3. Oh, that's such a big number. If we could check build real quick. Ooh,
let's look at a
3.
Let's look at a squishy here. 18, level 12, 103 physical defense on Sparrow.
Oh my goodness, man. That cannot feel good if you're the opposing team in this instance. You have to bring back these objectives. They're your avenue to victory. And in the instance, Prime Guardian just might not be enough. The long stature buffs this team is getting out of a 3-0 Prime Spirit is just too much. However, we have to keep in mind, it could technically be strategic, as that ice wall is going to lock down the Grux. His life all but certain to be forfeit. That's a lot of CC. Somebody inject him with some CCs of painkillers, man, because that was a quick and painful kill. Another one going over to the boys in top 10.
The split push here. TB on the left side has an army with them.
Yeah, and we're
no
not
one's
going to see
backing
anybody
yet.
backing. However, it is going to be a majority of his team who is going to fall. Is this exchange actually going to be worth it? Howitzer getting a little bit active in the air.
He's
we
stuck.
will see.
The trees.
That's a clean kill. He tried
No,
to get
unlucky.
down, but could not. That is unlucky to the max, despite Twin Blast securing that in hit. Dude, that is going to be all three of your inhibs taking damage, going down along with your team and their gold lead. We're gonna see a big root here coming out of Sparrow. Superstyle closing the distance. Gonna dash forward. There's no getting away without running down the train. If you are getting flush set sippy, this is a dominant performance so far. Coming out of top 10. Is this even
Oh,
gonna have
no.
what it takes to get back? Is this gonna be a flip?
He
The
gets
Private
it.
Storm secures it. The big man says I'll be taking that on the back end, and it may cost me my life, but I'll be taking that bit of tempo and gold to go. Brush bunny hopping his way to the portal. It's going to be a top 10 disengage. Big steal.
People might have missed this. The Aurora Wall. Rev went to go ult the Sevarog. The Aurora Wall went up and canceled the Rev ult.
Ate it. Oh, that has to feel so terrible.
That is so many times I've been screwed over by Aurora Wall. It's really buggy, but man, yeah, that was a huge play that got
And dude, look at the flip of a switch. It is now objective-wise outside of Spirit and discounting the passive stacks of that. It is now though, as far as tower map presence, it's oh my goodness, it's a top 10 on the foot. Less than 2 minutes ago,
Man.
they were in a commanding driver's seat, but the steal of that objective has, in lack of a better term, for maybe a bit of a pun that the followers of the competitive scene will understand. I feel bamboozled as this has happened. Absolutely bamboozled as this team is looking to take command once again of this game.
Now they still have the level advantage, the item advantage, so definitely an unfortunate misplay for top 10. But they have the items, they can get the defense and wait for the next objective. But when it comes to team fight, they have the advantage in team fight as far as levels and items go. So it's definitely frustrating, but hopefully those guys are not getting tilted off of that play and losing that objective. They just got to regroup, clear the waves down, and defend and wait for the next objective to come up.
Oh man. It is going to come down. It is going to come down to the composure. Now, if you're top 10, feels bad. You would like to be in a better position, but it's a series of unfortunate events. But the worst part is you have to know every single one of them could have been avoided. And it's not only that. I see people are saying tower plus prime plus in-hit. It's not only that. It's plus time. It is plus time that Sevarog gets to get to the late game, that Twin Blast gets to be able to two-shot, delete, and remove Indeedia Boy from this initiations. It is plus time that Decker begins to fall off as that stun is not as impactful at the later stages of the game when teams get tankier, when teams' damage goes high enough that they do not need that CC to get that successive kill. And it is something that this team now here in top 10 is going to have to juggle.
Right. Out of position here.
Crux way out of position and way far gone as the ruler Spiritsilla is going to spawn here. Sevarog within the mid lane, not full health though, probably looking for a disengage, would probably be wise within this instance, but it is going to be on the back line and our but it will cost him his life more than likely as he does create a little bit of space. Big Decker cage, but not quite big enough as Shinbi the idol claims 2 fans and this team in top 10 claims a 3rd and a 4th. It's a party at the great screen chat, and it is going to be top 10 sending everyone their invitation.
Shinbi and Sphero just melting the backline here. We got a solo pull from Aurora and Shinbi. Meanwhile, in mid, they're pulling the inhib here. Howitzer's up, Grux is up, Narbash in 5 seconds. Inhib is going to go down.
Indeed, it is, man. and it's so fast, man. It's the swinging of the pendulum. One team gets the momentum, the other team snatches it back. Top 10 holds it, Sephiroth claws those hands in and rips it right out. And then within just a couple moments, it's indeed your boy and Grux initiating on top of him. You do not want this fight, but maybe you do now, as it is a
6 stacks.
Indeed your boy has expended
Somebody's dying.
2 of his abilities to sprint out, so it is not a disengage that's going to be an option. However, the backup is going to be there for him. But right in this moment, we are seeing the prominence of those earth spirits. I am telling you guys here, if those earth spirits are not on them, that Shinbi does not survive that interaction.
141 physical prons from the Shinbi.
Oh my lord.
Without building any protections.
She's built diff. She's built differently. She's so strong.
And yeah, those earth spirits stacking it's 4 of them now. The solo does stack, even though it doesn't show that it's stacking. It still does stack. So 4 physical and magical defense stacks. They are tanky.
They are the tankiest I think I've seen in any competitive game. This, man, it's a hell of a battle, 6-23. But if you look, it's actually top 10 score who's taking the damage here. Truly looking to fight for the late game, truly looking for the win, but it's getting dark and it's getting cold underneath the tyranny of this Aurora, of this Sparrow, of this Revenant. A little bit of a weeb, watching a little bit too much Yu-Gi-Oh, because this whole game, he's been taking people to the Shadow Realm.
Interesting.
What is that?
I did not know that was a thing. Blank in is up for Aurora. She can get to the back line and get the freeze.
That is going to be a big ult on the back end. Laura likely securing the death, and she's going to dash by, looking to secure another kill. It is going to be the Aurora, though, who's going to get a credit at the kill for bringing down Big Garnet. That is going to be 1, then 2, as they each fall.
She's still alive.
One, still alive and still taking, absorbing a lot of damage. Like today is the last day. It is going to be top 10, looking to run down the inhib, likely to bring this game to its conclusion, as they are grouped as 5, maybe not the healthiest, but the strongest, and more importantly, they remain running towards the core. It is going to be them taking your game 1.
Yeah. Top 10 just the entire game had just one play. One play was unfortunate. They had the plan ready to go. Rev was gonna ult the Seb and take him to the fight and guarantee the Guardian. But the Royal Wall, unfortunate. But other than that, I really didn't see a lot of misplays in this game from top 10, and they just kept going with their advantage. Good plays there from top 10.
Yeah, man, I'ma say it. That team played after this team in Knock 50 took away that prime from them. I could see it, I could feel it. They started playing angry. That Sparrow started playing the front line in Sippy styles, Rai taking far flanks, Riki bumping up and getting close and active in a lot of those initiations. Rom, near that back end initiation, we saw he landed the ult and then just kept going. He just kept moving, making the executive decision that it was not the back line that he was worried about anymore. It was the bodies who were running away. It was a how dare you mentality almost. A how dare you take that from us. This game should have ended 6 minutes ago, and we're going to make a point to you that it should have. Absolutely phenomenal play out of them guys, and I have to say, I didn't see many mistakes out of top 10 there.
Yeah, they played really well. Their style of play, the way they just drafted is definitely fits their style of play. Just constant W pressure, high damaging characters just roaming around and just W keying. Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they adapt here. Do they continue with the style of the standard, double front line and caster in mid, ranger and support, or do NOCO want to switch it up themselves? It was pretty tough. They had again, aside from one misplay at the Guardian, top 10 really kind of played flawlessly. So it'd be really interesting how they adjust here.
Yeah, for sure, man. It is Oh my god, it is so stressful. Not even only for these teams, but for me going into these game twos. Right? You know what's on the line, man. You win here with a top 10, you're headed up to semis. You're
Mhm.
headed up to lost semis, and then at that point, you're 2 games away from making your way to those finals, to climbing your way out of that losers bracket. And I know Rom King, and I know Indeed, and I know Zippy, dude, they like a comeback, man.
Mhm.
And I hope to see, not for that, but just a good game two here, as we're going to see the Muriel ban first.
Yeah, Muriel and Red Band, pretty good standard top bands. Being first pick, so they are going to go for the Aurora, prioritizing the Aurora over the Muriel. Let's see what they get to choose here. I wonder if they try to they ban the Rev, so no Rev. I want to see if maybe they pick a carry here, a Ranger, or continue to go with their double frontline. All right, Gideon and Fake Mao.
A Gideon pick is something I was actually very much so hoping to see. Gideon being able to utilize that double blink coming from both his teleport and the blink item to get unselectable here. And it can be very big in a lot of team fights if utilized properly. It complements pretty well with the Fang Mao, not having to utilize his teleport to chase down, but instead can focus damage and then chase down any carry, for example, like that Murdoch, like that Sparrow, who tries to escape and get an ult off from a safe distance. Can definitely be someone very good at harassing the backline, but he does take a lot of coordination from the team and a lot of selective targeting, because he is not normally 100 to zeroing a carry and winning it if he's not already getting someone really close to that execution threshold. And
Narbash being picked up. So it looks like we're going back with the double hunter, or sorry,
Crunch.
smite terms, double rangers. And yeah, Crunch in the jungle. So no,
Your upend is going to be Crunch. That's indeed your boy's bread, butter, jam, an absolute terror if he gets his hand on it. It looks like he will in this second game.
no casters. Again, like the only magical damage there is gonna be Aurora. So it'd be easily prioritized for Team NOCO, stacking up on that physical defense.
NOCO, Zimmy is looking awfully nice right now.
Yeah, Zemias, Zinks, even Gravity. Like they can maybe one defensive item. We might see the tenacity from NOCO to help with the Aurora and of course on Arbash, but and Crunch I guess too. He has multiple CCs, but yeah. Other than that, other than tenacity, the rest should be just physical defense. Even the caster Gideon might opt to go into a physical defense item.
All right, man. This is it. Both teams knowing all what's at stake. You can either secure your plate, your meal, your ticket to take you on to whatever comes next. But it's do or die here for NOCO. It's a no-show, then it's a go home. And if you are looking to stay, then you have to prove it here. It's going to be this team versus theirs. This is top 10 versus NOCO. The Cordy tournament, 350 on the line. Game 2.
Whoa.
Settle it all.
325. Hold on. Are you...
Whoa. Wait, did I read it wrong? Did I read it wrong?
325.
325. It says that in the title. 325 in the title.
You said 350.
I said 350. Dude,
Oh,
I don't
man.
know.
You guys see this?
The VOD says 20. Listen. I'll throw a 25 and don't. I won't. I'm poor. But you know, like let's keep that one between me and you. I did one of those donation, contributing 25s. As both teams here are going to be making it out to their lanes, a little bit of safety warding as well as some de-warding coming here out of the Twin Blast and Decker before they seem to rotate themselves back into the lane. Very excited to see some gameplay of this Gideon.
Really quick. Let's give a little shout out to Papa Page in the chat. Papa Page helping us get that price pull up to 325. So thank you, Page. Appreciate the donation, man. If you guys haven't yet, go show Papa Page some love. All All right, stun here.
All right, early game. Oh, it is going to be a lot of activity coming out of Ryan, yes, sir, here. Seeing that Decker gets so low, about 1 HP, but a full health TB is going to be keeping them back, trading a bit of damage across. Is that TB going to get greedy? I do not think so. However, we do see to the side, he's going to be running down the lane here.
Great stun.
Looking to pursue. Good stun, but not good quite enough, as it does not far reach, and it is going to be safety secured for both sides of the duo lane here. Crunch making his way to the mid. Pressure being applied solo by Sippy on this Gideon, as that long range route is going to land true. Level 3 on the Crunch. It is going to translate over pretty well. TB leveling up, scaling very well here. Damage onto the backhead of the Murdoch. We have a very active, very aggressive game, and NA, is that how we like it? I need to see some energy in the comments, guys. You are watching game 2, and they're here to give us a show. No Shin be included.
A lot of wards on the left side of the map. They see him coming. Indeed is warded up. They're able to back out. A lot of pressure by duo lane. The Decker applying so much pressure. We have a rotation here from Gideon, a rotation from Sparrow in mid. But yeah, a lot of wards on left side, indeed.
And indeed, playing it real dangerous.
That's
looking
one dash.
To get the over-the-wall jump.
He doesn't have another dash.
He is not going to, more than likely, knowing he can get away, making his way to the mid lane. You do not want the smoke when Sipsy style is backing up the other side of that chimney. And it is going to be a soft reset for both of these teams. First blood yet to be drawn.
While that was happening, Bang Mal rotating in and just counter warding or counter invading there. But yeah, a lot of wards on the left side of the map. We got 4 from Team NOCO, so they spotted Indeed rotating from far away.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you got to know, this team in top 10 loves to apply pressure to that duo lane. Very close to Spirit, allows them, if they do get the kill on it early, to rotate onto it without much contention, unless the full team wants to prioritize it, in which that case they have advantage. But it is instead going to be, yes sir, and his lads in Narbat pushing up, but getting melted through. The damage not translating all too well. It is going to be a disengage, but not soon enough, as that is going to be a body dropped by the Murdoch. Decker sent back to the science lab. Tell me the science behind that gray screen, as she has just a few more seconds before she's back in the game, but not before the gold hits Murdoch's pocket. First blood in game 2.
Yeah, the laning. Narbash is not a really popular. Well, actually I take that back. He wasn't popular before, but now he's definitely seeing a lot of love now. Narbash with laning presence. The heals, the movement speed in lane, and then just the constant stuns that he can apply is definitely made Narbash rise into the support role. Early game, he's definitely good in lane, but when it comes to late game, it's a late game. It's really hard for him to get his ult off. Anti-heal definitely just counters him pretty easily. He kind of just becomes a stun bot, so we'll see how he will transition when it comes to late game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very happy to see the most attractive character in the game, Narbash the Bachelor, making his way
with
up
his
into
gut
the
out.
gears.
Look at him.
Narbash, unashamed. Look at the hawk, guys. You're telling me that's not sex appeal right there? You're telling me that's not the lad? As we are going to see a bunch of lads rotating to the mid. Now he's there and now he's gone. As it is going to be indeed your boy. Wally likes to punch and he likes to crunch, because he just turned that man into a box and sent him to the great screen. Another kill going in favor, and we've talked about this previously. It's the increment of 2. It's the rule of the duo. Once top 10 gets that second kill, and there it is. They are on Spirit immediately, not initially, expeditedly, not hesitating.
Great ult.
And that's going to be a steal.
Double ult
off the top end, and a double ult coming up to Gideon, and then a big Aurora ult. Then it's going to go in favor here of Team Top 10, but at what cost? As those health bars are getting ever lower, melting. But Interfire Burning Bright is going to melt through the backline. It is going to be an Aurora Ice Wall to close the distance onto the backline, but a Decker back blue will create some space. It is going to be Steel, looking a lot more like Jello as he gets melted through, slowly but steadily. It is now a 2-to-3 exchange in favor of this team in top 10, but not for long, as this team in NOCO turns it into a 3-3.
Bang Mal gonna be going down there, but huge ults from Steel and Gideon, but there wasn't any follow-up. They did a lot of damage, but not able to get any kills there.
Man, oh man, what a team fight there. And we knew it. And it seems like now, unlike previously games, so did this opposing team in NOCO do. Very aware that they've got the second one online. They know they got the pick. This is top 10 we're talking about. They are going for an objective. And as it sits now, the closest one to him is Spirit, quickly making that rotation over. A huge ult out of the duo in Steel and Gideon, getting a lot of damage across and what made that even trade possible. It will still be top 10 who's going to get the benefits of the deer throughout this game. But it does feel a bit better. And we got another Earth Spirit game. And dude, a big D in a game with Crunch. Ugh. I'm gonna tell you right now, Crunch likes to punch, man, but 3 big Ds, 3 Earth Spirits down, and that man becomes Johnny Sins.
He's going in.
He's going to dash in, but be pulled right back out as that Gideon on reflex says no thank you, and I don't think I will. But now we're going to see something we're a lot more accustomed to seeing coming out of this Crunch here. The top 10 invades, quick clear of your jungle. We always talk about how fights seem like they're for nothing, they're for fun. No, these fights every time for top 10 are for jungle supremacy. That is the name of their game, and they're looking to bring it to you early here. Sub 10 minutes in, we're getting the double invade out of Indeed before rotating out, applying the pressure.
Yeah, Crunch clear is really, really good. Once he gets level 6, getting those cooldowns and the constant spam of abilities, we do have him blinking in and rotating on the left side here. Possibly looking to get this tower. We have Aurora in the back line. We've seen this play before. We've seen this.
And here it is. The ice want to block off, but that is going to be a Decker. Right over the wall she goes, but into the ground she follows. 6 feet deep, center to the gray screen. Mama send a letter. It is top 10, and they're on a rampage. No tentacles included in the duo lane this time, though. As on the other side of the map, the prime guard lane is going to be getting taken by the opposing team here in North.
Guardian is going to go down, and left side tower is going to go down. But we saw that play for the first game. They TP'd in. Aurora made the rotation from solo, taking TP as well, getting to the back line and just collapsing on the duo lane.
Yeah.
So good play there by top 10, getting some kills, getting tower. Underling is going to go down to Team NOCO though.
It is going to go to them. It will go to them, and it becomes a measure, right? I'll speak frankly, especially with the buffs that have been accrued over the course of time and the adjustments to the Spirit. Early game, I prefer a Spirit than an underling. Every time. Yeah. Unless it's water, and then maybe not. Okay, so like water, maybe not. I sounded real firm there. I sounded like I had a little more
I think everyone agrees.
than I did.
I don't know what they can do to make it better. Like water is just mana regen and slow like, health regen.
Like I don't know. I feel like in order to make Water Spirit desirable, they have to basically make it busted, right? If you made Water Spirit 8 to 9% regen on each take, okay, now we're like, all right, we're in the danger zone, right? You got nano healing built into your kit basically if you get 2 to 3 of those bad boys. But that could be a little bit too strong. Speaking of which, we are going to see a strong stun sent onto the back end of this Aurora. Ice is going to translate some damage over to the board. But it is going to be a beautiful ult as Crunch is there to follow up.
The portal.
This is going to be destruction, abomination, a melting, but a big 4-man Gideon ult before he TPs out. Getting a little bit of damage across. It is top 10 looking to surge forward. They don't see anything but red as they are looking to run through this team. Steel peeling for his team, willing to give his life, or maybe not. I don't
Can he
think
make the jump?
will
He did.
Make the jump as he is bunny hopping his way out of danger and into his in-hit as Steel starts getting mobile within the duo lane, but not before that tower falls. And this team at top 10 now with their secondary pick looks to make another play on Earth Spear. This is a play for Big D, one step closer to the Sin status. Somebody call the Riley, someone call the Mia, because it is going to be top 10 taking the second one.
Gideon with a really great ult there, getting 5-man ult, but unfortunately no one was there. There was no help. The Ranger had already died. No one was over there for the rotation, so the ult was definitely, it was good in the sense that he got multiple targets, but he was there kind of left on an island. It was mainly just kind of a pill ult, not any damage to follow up there. But yeah.
For sure, I apologize for pausing there. My throat begged me for some water.
No worries.
It was relatively violent. It was like, all right, dog, if you don't take a sip, I'm gonna quit. And I'm like, yes, sir. I'll apologize.
Indeed.
It is going to be Crunch. Looking for the invade here. He is going to hit the jump over side to clear the space, resetting red buff. It is going to be Fang, more than happily willing to take his red before the next initiation. Grouping now. As for within the mid lane, it is going to be top 10 Aurora over to the false solo lane. It is going to be Steel getting absolute melted. That boy's name is Steel, but I can't believe it's not Butter. The way they cut through that defense, he is going to fall. Send back to the gray screen. That is going to be a good pick for top 10.
The CC chains locking down the Decker stun. The Narbash stun and the Roots, the Crunch double stun. Still unable to do anything. Looks like they are going to put up a defense though. Still is going to save the tower with his death. We have a little disengage here from the team top 10. No objectives of yet. We have a lot of wards here on the left side of the map. Tower is going to go down on the right side.
Good ward control here. This is a team that seems like they've watched their film and now they're just trying to work out how they're going to be able to apply that knowledge. You can see from the wards, these guys are extremely aware that the top 10 and Indeed are going to go for that jungle supremacy. It's what they do. They establish the lead and they bleed out your jungler. They bleed out the smite. They bleed out your desire to keep pushing, to keep fighting, because there's no farm. You can see no direct way to pull it back, to bring it back. And Indeed, I gotta give to him. It's one of the best players in our community at doing it. As you can see, constant harassment. He is running them down. He doesn't care. He's looking for a level lead on you.
Yeah, it's applying the pressure. Applying the pressure. Blue buff gonna get invaded. We don't see a rotation. The only way to counter this is to rotate and try to protect your jungler. The way the game plays out, if you are a level lead on the jungler, you should be invading.
Yeah, it's the way of the world, man. Only the strong can survive, and it's them who make the rules. And right now, Indeed is looking a real swole, much like that Earth Deer. Two of them deep, he's able to absorb a lot of damage. And see, they do not even care. They do not care to make a play here on the inhib. Can I steal more jungle? Yes, it is a full team operation. Yep. This is the top 10 memento. How far can I put behind your smite? Just forcing Feng Mao to be away from his team to try to recruit any advantage that he can to try to catch up. It is an oppressive game plan, man, when it goes right. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, there's not much that looks like it's going wrong for top 10.
Yeah, they're same style, just W key, and if it doesn't work, W key some more. Dude, right now they're applying a lot of pressure. Next objective up is in 50 seconds. So right now the only thing that can be done is take the enemy jungle.
Would you like to know a fun fact about top 10? Just a fun fact about them.
Sure.
As oh no, Aurora is going to miss the dash. It is going to be approaching a Spirit's Fang. Rom King
blink
caught
out,
but it is going to be a blink out to create the space. More than likely, the CDR nerfs are not going to be enough to allow the team to catch it. But I got a fun fact here for you. A fun fact. Everyone on top 10 got held back in elementary school. The reason why is because when it came to alphabet practice, they could not identify the letter S because they have never once backed down out of a fight. They only knew W, and that's where it came to stop. At any instance where W left, right, and it is going to be a lot of damage here coming onto the backside of Indeed your boy. Belted through by North, looking to run through. It is going to be a close team fight. Either side could take it, but it is going to be a knock up and a kill from the twin blast onto the Narbash. As one by one, this team looks to claim back the momentum. A blink forward will result in the death of the Aurora. Rob
3 down, 4 down.
That is going to be 4. A double going over the TB, throwing him back into the race as the triple is going to go to twin blast. 2 guns, 3 bullets, 4 dead on top 10.
Wow. They They lost a team fight. That was a legit team fight, and they lost it. It's crazy to me. They are going to get this objective. A lot of bounties going to the side of Team NOCO. The stun here. Oh, the minions eating all those shots, unfortunately.
Oh, Rye dancing a little bit left to right. Does he have the ult? He does not, and that is going to be, if you're a top 10, that is 4 kills going to the worst possible person. The worst possible answer. 6-1 now is the Twin Blast. And he's looking big. North now securing as well the Prime Underling. This team in top 10 just got checked.
8-10, 2 objectives, 2 Earth Spirits going. Wait 1 second, we have a little bit of skirmish here. I thought it was done. Okay.
And it is going to be a third one going back to top 10. We did see this last game. The team in top 10 making not necessarily misplays, but getting outplayed to a degree by the enemy team. And I told you then, as we talked about now, it's going to come down to mentality and persistence. That's a bad play. It doesn't feel good. You know that he just got a lot of kills. How orchestrated, how calm, how locked in is this team to bring it back and put themselves firmly in that driver's seat? Those Earth Spirits are going to help. However, can we pull up the items real quick and see if TB has chains on? Not quite yet. Not quite yet, but that merchant is going to translate a lot of damage into whoever is lined up across from him.
Yeah, definitely would like to see at third going to be the chainsaw, the shred, and we do see Gideon going to the shred right now. Currently 209 physical defense for Indeed. Yeah, 12 Blast is going to be tickling Indeed. Without any pin online. 192 on Aurora. Yeah, we need pin needs to be immediately bought after. Let's look how much gold he has. 900, so he's quite a bit away from the gold.
I know, and there it is, the TB damage combo. How about you back out? But it is going to be Crunch initiating now. Still knocked out of the ult. Mid-air is going to be the Crunch. That is going to be big Gideon ult. Translating damage on the back line. That is going to be Spirit's Fang now getting perked. That's going to be 2 dead. Sippy and Rice hit back to the grave scene. Is now competition rocking. However, though, picking up the kill as it is going to be the ult coming out of Fang to secure 4, and it looks like it's gonna be 5. Ice Queen, let's build a snowman. It's time to let it go as you
5 down.
It's gonna be a suplex 6 feet deep, sending all the members of the top 10 to the gray screen. Chat, it's time to go insane, because right now we're looking at a prime party, and it looks like the only ones invited.
Man, this is tough. The last 2 team fights, dominating the entire game, game 1, the entire, well, most of the game, game 2. And then losing 2 last team fights. This is going to be really tough on the mental here by top 10. Hopefully they can.
Yeah, man, that is 2 just strong objective swings at this stint, going in the favor of the opposition as you are dominant early game. And for me, you are very familiar with this. I'm not sure who all else in the chat may be, but you are familiar with the Jade Dragons, I assume.
Yeah.
There's something they said a long time ago that I directly correlate with this team in top 10. A mid game is not guaranteed. A late game is not guaranteed. The only phase of a game that is guaranteed is the early, and that is where top 10 so often makes their bread and butter off the rip, depriving the enemy team of gold, depriving them of resources, getting this incremental advantage of every single spirit. But now we're in the late game.
They are invading.
They have arrived, and it is now an invade coming out of this team with reclaimed confidence is going to be North on the Feng Mao.
So they're not grouping up here for the objectives. Looks like they're just trying to get the farm in. I mean, I don't fault them. I still feel like maybe they might be a little bit behind on items, but we don't have I guess we have a little grouping now on the left side of the map. Going to push this left objective. Looks like Feng Mao is going to start to make his rotation in, but yeah, it's going to be tough, man. You're dominating the entire game, and then 2 team fights. I don't know if it's the Decker Cage. I saw a really great Gideon ult. Still couldn't get his ult off. Still ulted, but was frozen from Aurora that got stunned mid-air, so he never got his ult off. It was just a really good Decker Cage Gideon ult, and TB just melting whoever was in front. So I don't know if we see a Decker diff here, but
oh man, you could have told me a while ago, 10 minutes approximately, that this team would be pressing up on top 10, and I wouldn't have believed it. However, it is going to be an Aurora ult, but a swift disengage now. More than likely getting the, oh no, the steel blink out is going to make it for not all the resources allocated to that team fight by top 10, and Feng Mao repositioned to the side on the red jungle.
Scylla's in 11 seconds.
Scylla, 11 seconds. This team has to know this fourth is so important. But indeed, your boys behind time on rotation, and they got a twin blast, they got a Gid, they got a Fang all on rotation.
No, they're not doing it yet. But Aurora ult is down, Decker Cage is down as well, so it's 2 huge team fight ults going to be down.
And we do see that Gideon, Fang, Steel, and Twin Blast ult are all up. The only thing expended there being the Deckers. And the only thing being taken here is going to be the Rom's life being depleted by the shots of this TB. Spirit Fang cracked in the pit. It is going to be a big Gideon over the top, but a disengage coming from everybody. Sparrow is going to actually secure the kill on top of the Gideon. So this team fight has the opportunity to swing back in their favor, but it is going to be low health bards for this team in top 10 and near full for the opposition as they look to lifesteal a little bit off the jungle. Rotating now, Scylla is going to start to melt. You know, the crunch has to be waiting in the wings, but he is low health, hoping, praying, making a dream, hoping to believe it's top 10. If you're going to make a moment now, it's going to be the time. It is going to be a whiffed ult, but it will be a re-cataclysm onto the back line of this team. Indeed, kept pretty far away, and it is going to be Scylla in favor of top 10 as they come in and secure the steal on the back line of the initiation, taking not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 pieces of the enemy team falling down before this squad is going to be Sippy. Indeed, Rom, Rye, your lads in top 10 are here to give you a show.
Man, it was such a good play, but still missed his ult completely. I don't know if he maybe hit the barrier on the bridge there, the ledge, but he missed. He whipped completely, and it was just a sitting target at that point. Got melted down, and the front line was gone at that point. And man, that was tough there to see.
Real quick. Can I ask you something here, Cordy?
Yeah.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Because that deer was a burger flip. 50-50 extra cheese either side, man. That was a burger flip, and it was anyone's. And it just happened to be top 10 who reclaimed the momentum to get it. Rom King popping through portal, not knowing that there was a gun pointed at the other side. However, he is going to very quickly make his way out, as it is going to be this team and top 10 who is going to look to fully reclaim the momentum. Their inhibitor still damaged, still matched up just barely in the kill lead, but very largely in the objective one.
That's what I was just about to say. Like it seems it's playing like it's an even game, even though top 10 was dominating the entire game. Those last couple of fights that NOCO had definitely brought some spark into their team. They felt that it was actually this is capable. We can actually win this. So right now, this is it, to me. Even though they're 4 spirits ahead, it seems like it's kind of an even game.
It is definitely near dead even. I'm looking and wondering what the timeline looks like, where this team in top 10 doesn't have such a spirit advantage. Guys, this is what we come here for. Our leagues, our tourneys, our comp. This is the 5v5 environment we know this game is capable of, and we're happy to have you. But I need you in this moment to play your music, put your dancing Crocs on, because we are looking like we may be getting ready for a prime party. At least one in the jungle. Veins hanging low. It is going to be the TB on the back and getting a lot of damage, but not before he is ulted by the Aurora. The team now reselecting the objective. That is going to be a big cage, allowing the TB to disengage. The damage is going to come through. It is going to be a rundown coming from the Narbash. Big Thunk, eat the chicken wing, he says, because it's all over now as top 10 is running this team down on the back of the Narbash Stomp. They say, this is my swamp. Top 10 going for prime.
Wow, what a decisive team fight there. TB a little bit caught out there. I also noticed in the build he doesn't have any pin yet. He opted to go to the crit. No pin against this front line with 274 Earth defense. Right now, Crunch is at 277 physical defense. Just not putting out a lot of damage there by TB. Have to get that percent pin.
Dude, my heart rate, I can't. This game, everything and more.
Beg your pardon?
As that speed buff basically works as a clause almost. Skedaddling the way out.
And that was a massive team fight there for top 10. Getting 2 inhibs, getting the Prime Guardian gonna
I'll be back
reset
directly.
2,600 on Sippy here on the Sparrow. Gonna go back and finish up. Oh, the back. Is TP available?
It's going to be Sparrow looking to get to that TP, but it will not be available. That is going to be a 3-on-1 gank, securing that kill. It is going to be Feng Mao collecting whatever gold may remain in the back pockets of that Sparrow. This team looks to reclaim just a little bit of pressure. And can you believe, Cordy, we are only 28 minutes deep into this game.
Yeah, this game plays out so fast.
Oh my goodness.
This is different. These are two NA teams, and the last match that we saw was EU versus NA. Definitely different style of play, more slow pace, methodical. I think it was like 20-something minutes with only 13 kills on the board. Yeah, way different style with two NA teams going back to back at it. TV dashing in.
Big Decker Cage isn't going to be Narbash, who will be the first to fall. Things isn't looking good. He's a little green in the gills, but it is going to be Aurora on the back end, who is going to get an ult to go through. Not before, though. The TB falls at the hand of the Murdoch. The Murdoch looking for blood. Police brutality is on the line. Decker falls secondary, and it is going to be a full team fight breaking out here in favor of top 10. As that's going to be a 3-for-none trade. 3 for Zilch, 3-0, 3 for Negatory, as Ruler of Spiritsilla almost definitely goes once again in favor of top 10.
And TB dashing in like that into the combat, and Gideon getting a 2-man ult, but he ulted the two front lines. They were just chilling under the ult, not losing any health bars. So not good priority there on the Gideon ults, and TB dashing in, putting himself in a bad spot.
Oh, gotta go.
The damage dealer is unable to do any damage.
That's better.
Indeed, man.
5 spirits down.
5
How
whole
tanky are these
spirits
guys?
off screen. That means that is 4 earth spirits, a fire, a water, and a wind.
232, 442, I'm sorry. Physical defense for Indeed. Wow. That guy is massive.
Cordy, I got a question for you, and I promise you, this one is not a trap card. All right, hands empty, just like the health bar of this Narbash, damn near, but it is going to be the emergency thunk that gets deployed, securing his life as he clicks the skedaddle key and gets out of that engagement. But it is top 10 on the back of this healing coming from Narbash, now looking for blood, a wide rotation coming out of Indeed, ya boy, rounding around to the level side. There is no inhibitor here to save you, Johnny, as he looks like he's going to run down. I got a lot of Earth Spirit in my pants, and I'm ready to commit some blasphemy. I'm ready for the sins as the double Spirit will be proc. That is going to be a Gideon ult, which will immediately almost fall. Murdoch looking for blood, and he will collect. Twin Blast will fall. It will be Sippy who collects another. Yes, Sariki who gets another. It is 1 for every 1, and it is going to be a 2-0 win for top 10.
GG's, man. NOCO had a fighting chance there, but that one team fight wiped them and able to get the Prime Guardian and a couple of inhibs, but definitely good plays there by NOCO. Competing, you know, we all know top 10 is a really, really great team, and they're applying pressure throughout the entire games. But yeah, NOCO still up to the challenge and getting some really good team fights. Good plays by those guys.
Great plays. Honestly, that was anyone's game. That was anyone's games, but as the dice began to fall, we could see them flipping definitely in favor of top 10, as that damage reduce says it all. Indeedy Boy was the perfect initiator, being able to dash in, land that CC, opening a way for Rom King to make his way to the back line and be able to establish the CC that allowed them to target and as Robert Downey Jr. said, discombobulate several times the front and back line of that team. But you would be lying to say they didn't play absolutely phenomenally. Both of these teams giving us a hell of a show in this tournament, in those games, in this set.